This is a demo of the Pogo portal. Pogo portal is an e-prescribe solution that allows referral sources to accept compliant orders quickly directly on their website. It embeds on whatever page you would choose on your website, so you can direct your referral sources and doctors there to place orders. Once the portal is embedded on the website, this is what it would look like. There's an option for quick order, which can be removed if you choose not to have, and there's an option for them to create an account so they can access more features of the portal. The quick order solution just allows them to quickly place an order without having any sort of login requirements. That being said, they would not be able to utilize additional features such as reorders, needing signatures, chat, etc. Once you direct your referral sources to your website to place an order, all they would need to do is place the quick order or create an account. To create an account, they would click Create an Account. It would bring them to this page where they would choose whether they are in a clinic, an individual, or a home health agency. The clinic sign-up allows an administrator to create an account for a clinic and add additional nurses, MAs, doctors, and whoever else they may need. The individual sign-up is specifically for individuals if they just want to place their own orders. Once selecting the option, it would just ask for the facility name and additional information, which we will just fill with dummy information. And the next page, they would just put their name, job title, and if they're a provider, they would add their NPI number. They would agree to the standard business associate agreement and then use their email and create a password to create their account. Once the account was created, they would come back to the portal and log in, which would take them directly inside of the portal here. The portal is laid out with information on the top. We have multiple different sections, the first being our help section. This section just literally explains to the clinics what each section is and how to utilize it. If they were to click, it would open up information regarding steps and screenshots showing them where to click to perform certain tasks if needed, and additional information for each section. The profile section is the information that they use to sign up for the account. Only executive users have access to this, so administrators, they can come in here and edit any clinical information needed or also change their information if needed. The user section would be for the nurses, MAs, and everyone who is not an executive. They can add all the nurses and whoever else needs access to the portal here. They can also come in here and edit that information if they need to edit it, and delete users if needed. To add a new user, they would just click the Add New User button to create the user account. The Need Signature section is a section that shows the clinic which orders they currently have in the system that still need provider signatures. So they can come in here and have providers sign off on this. If the providers create their own account, then they will see their orders directly in this section, and it'll be associated with the NPI number that they have. So the clinics would be able to see multiple orders that need doctor signatures based upon nurses or whoever were helping to facilitate the orders, and the providers would only see the orders that are associated with them that need signatures. Here they can view the order and sign off on the order after doing so. I can do so by uploading a document if it was signed physically, or if they send it via fax or email, they can let you know that they did so here, and then also the Sign Now button would allow them to sign directly electronically. They can also choose to bulk sign orders if there are multiple orders in here that need signatures. The order request section is orders that come over from the supplier. Say a new SWO is needed, or a patient calls in and an order is placed through the phone. You can send the request to the clinic inside of the supplier portal, and it would come into the order request section here for the clinic to review and approve and sign off on if they choose to do so. They would get email notifications when they receive order requests, so they know that something has been requested for review. Our order section just shows standard information on the orders that have been placed by this clinic. They would only see the orders that they place. Under the clinic account, I'll show the date and multiple other information here. This can be customized as needed for the supplier, and it shows what needs signature, what has been signed. It gives actions to view the standard written order, upload additional documents if you need to let them know or provide them with additional documents, and the clinic also has the option to reorder quickly for patients that they've ordered for in the past. The chat section, the chat button, would show here once the supplier accepts the order, and this just allows them to communicate back and forth specifically about this specific order directly. And for demonstration purposes, we will go ahead and send a test chat so you can see what that looks like on the supplier side. The main function of the portal is obviously the new order section. This allows the clinics to come in here and place an order for their patient. We'll set up dummy information here. This populates from Google Maps, so whatever the IP address currently is for the clinic, it allows them to quickly find addresses that are close to them for the patient. We can also pre-populate insurance information if you choose to only show specific insurances or allow them to only choose specific insurances when placing an order, and the option to add secondary insurances as well with that information. Once here, the referral source would choose their provider. If they do not see the provider that they want, they can click Add New Provider. This would allow them to add the MPI number and the information for the doctor, and if the MPI is already in the system, it will let them know that they're already in the system and not let them submit the provider again. Next, you have your product section. This section would be customized specifically to the supplier and the products that they want the referral sources to order from. For demonstration purposes, we're going to utilize the wound care order because it is complex and it really shows the power of the Pogo portal. Once they choose the wound care order, they can now click Create Order, which allows them to create the specific order for the wound care supplies that they want. Based upon this, it's currently set up with Medicare guidelines because the insurance selected was Medicare. So it automatically pulls in and conditionally formats the form based upon what the LCD requires. So as they are going to fill out this information, it pre-populates ICD-10 codes, and if it's a surgical wound, it removes debridement dates and adds if it is not. The portal also will not allow them to put a wound length of 0, as that is not allowed per Medicare. And once they choose the thickness and the drainage, the products that are displayed are conditioned based upon the thickness and drainage. So it's only going to show products that can be ordered or allowed to be ordered if they meet that criteria. If we were to change this to closed and none, then the product list becomes very short, as there's only some few products that are allowed to be ordered based upon those parameters. So we'll go back to full and moderate to show the large product selection. Once here, after they choose a specific product, the frequency of change also correlates with that product, and it allows them to choose that based upon what Medicare allows. If they were to choose a foam dressing, for example, they would only be able to order minimum minimum monthly and max 3 times per week. And if we were to go to a alginate product, then it would allow them to order that product daily per the LCD. Another feature we have is if it's a bordered foam as the primary, it removes the option to add a secondary product, as a secondary product cannot be applied over a bordered foam product. Also, if they choose multiple wounds, then this process would be the same for each wound that they go into and complete, with the same parameters based upon the LCD. This can be an option that you allow them to toggle on and off if you would like, or make it required if it is a traditional Medicare order. And if the options are off, then obviously these parameters change and clinics can order products as they see fit. We can also pull in custom additional products that would show, and once they have the products they need to order, they would click next and their order would be created. Next, they would have the option to sign now if the provider is available directly on the screen, or if not, they can choose to sign later. For demonstration purposes, once clicking sign now, it gives them a confirmation that they are the provider, and once they hit confirm, it digitally signs the document for them. After that, they then have the option to upload any other pertinent information that they feel you may need for this order. Once clicking submit, the order will be pulled into the orders section here, and you can see that it has been placed here for the wound care supplies, and it has been signed and can be filtered by date or pre-filtered with the most recent date coming to the top. After the order's been placed, they then have the option to view the standard written order, upload additional documents, or if they were to click reorder, it would quickly pull all that patient information in for the reorder. For the documents, if they click standard written order, it would allow them to download the order to upload into whatever system they may need to. The standard written order is pre-populated with all the information that is needed, along with the products, the frequency of change, additional products, doctor's signature with date, and it also auto-generates a progress note that has all the information needed for compliance purposes in regards to the length, width, depth, thickness, exudate, and any other information that may be needed, along with the provider's signature as well. On top of that, after the order is placed, the supplier will receive a notification letting them know they received an order. They would then log in to their account. And once in, it's the same top level layout that has a help section to let you know what each section is and how it operates. Same with the profile section. When the supplier signs up, this would have the information of the supplier, which you can go in and edit this information if needed, if things were to change. You would have your users, where you can add anyone that needs access to this portal to pull orders or do whatever's needed. Here, same situation where you can edit the users, delete the users, and click this button to add a new user. The new orders section is the orders that have been sent to you that have not been reviewed yet. It gives you a top-level overview of the clinic, the provider, the products, whether it's been signed or not, and you can come in here and review the order. Once reviewing the order, it shows you the patient information along with the insurance and the insurance ID, so you can check to see if you can accept the order or not, and then it shows the duration of need and the products that are being ordered. After that, you can choose to accept or decline the order. If we accept this order and hit submit, the order will now be pulled into the accepted orders area and removed from the new orders area. Once accepted, Orders show up in the accepted section, where it can also be pre-filtered by date as needed. From here, you can change the status of the order if you want to relay that information to the referral source. You have the option to pull the standard written order that was shown previously and upload documents if needed. The chat section also shows, and anytime there's a new chat, that order comes to the top of your list, so you can review and see what the clinic has requested or made you aware of. From here, you can respond to that chat, or if you don't need to respond, you can click mark as read, and it will remove the new chat option, so you know that it's been taken care of. The order request section is a section that allows you to send a request to the referral source. Once again, keep in mind that this can be customized. This is a generic demonstration of the portal. You can choose a referral source that has created an account. After they've created the account, choose them, and it pre-populates the information along with the user email that the notification will be sent to. Then you come to the order section, where if you know the provider, you can input that information or leave it blank, and then you can choose the product that is being requested, say, and put your request notes here, saying that the patient is requesting Aquacell for a daily change for 3 months. And then from there you can hit submit, and that order request will go back to the clinic. Now if we go back into the clinic portal, we can see that order request. Once here, come to the order request section, and that request that we just created populates here, where they can click review order, come in, review the patient information, change anything that may be needed, see the order request notes. They can choose to approve or decline this order. If approved, they can click approve, and then they can create the order based upon the request notes that you provided. And then once signed and submitted, that order would come back into the supplier portal for review and acceptance on your end. That is pretty much a high-level overview of the portal. Like mentioned, this is a solution that's white-labeled and directly on your website. So all of these parameters, all these fields, the top-level bar, everything that you see can be customized to fit the need of the supplier. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us.